As announced in our earlier video, today we shall be introducing our new series on ecology. And in the first lecture of ecology, we shall be taking an introduction to ecology and physical environmental factors which include temperature, soil, atmosphere and light. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Deepika Julania Tomar, welcomes you at Zulo 5. Now, without much ado, let's start the lecture. Ecology is the term which was first used by German biologist Ernst Haeckel. According to him, ecology is the study of natural environment including relations of organisms to one another and to their surroundings. So, a natural environment, study of natural environment which include relation of organism with each other and relation of organism to the surroundings, and these relations can be complex, varied and hierarchical. Ecology is the term which was formed by two words, which is oikos means home or logi means study. Ecology also describes the pattern and cause of abundance and also the distribution of organisms in nature. Basically, the ecology is the attempt to answer the question that how nature works. The main component of ecology is environment. Environment means surroundings of living organisms, and surrounding environment are dynamic and interdependent. Basically, environment consists of abiotic and biotic factors. Abiotic and biotic factors. All the non-living things in an environment comes under abiotic factors, whereas all the living things were under biotic factor. All the biotic and abiotic factor which influence the life of an organism are called as environmental factor, ecological factor or ecofactors. These abiotic and biotic factors which influence the life of living organism are called environmental factor, ecological and ecofactor. Here the abiotic factor comprises of temperature, pH of water, amount of light and the soil in which organisms live. Abiotic factor consists of temperature, pH of water, soil and amount of light. Whereas biotic factors comprises of availability of prey, competitors, parasite and predators. Biotic factor comprises of prey, competitors, predators and parasite. Let's discuss abiotic factor first. in which we will be taking soil, temperature, light and atmosphere one by one. Physical environmental factor or abiotic factor. As I told you earlier, abiotic factor consists of soil, temperature, atmosphere and light. Let's discuss them one by one, starting from soil. Soil is the uppermost weathered layer of earth crust. It is uppermost and weathered layer of earth crust, which is a mixture of minerals plus dead and living organism, water and air. All these four ingredients react in an amazing way and make a soil one of the important natural resources. Soil is formed by the process of weathering, which was driven by biological, climatic, topographic and geological factors. Along with this, soil is made up of two phases, which is 50% of solid phase and 50% of porous phase. Solid phase consists of 45% of minerals along with 5% of organic matter, whereas porous phase is made up of 25% of gases and 25% of water. As I told you that soil is one of the main natural resources. So the main function of soil is it is a medium for the growth of plant, medium for plant growth. Second, it is a means of water storage, supplier and purification. It also acts as modifier of earth atmosphere, modifier of earth atmosphere, and along with all these things, soil also acts as habitat for many living organisms. Habitat for living organisms. Now, the study of soil. Study of soil basically called as pedology and edaphology. In pedology, we study about the formation, description and classification of soil, whereas in edaphology, we study the influence of soil on a living organism. Pedology consists of study of formation, description and classification of soil. Classification of soil, whereas edaphology is influence of soil on living organisms. Now let's discuss the composition of soil. Soil composition basically consists of mineral particle, organic matter, air and water. The mineral particle in a soil is sand, silt and clay. Size of particle in sand is 0.05 to 2 millimeters, whereas that of silt is 0.002 to 0.05 millimeters, and all the particles which are less than 0.022 millimeters in size comes under clay. And proportion of all these three determines the texture, of soil. Now the organic matter, whereas organic matter consists of living biomass, detritus, that is dead and decaying organisms, and humus. Humus is amorphous colloidal mixture of complex organic acids. Now let's discuss the organic matter in detail. Organic matter consists of living biomass, detritus, and humus. Humus is basically made up of humic and non-humic substances. Non-humic substances consist of carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, lignins, and organic acids. Whereas humic is the end product of dead and decaying plants and animals. Dead and decaying plants and animals. Humic is further divided into three categories, which is fulvic acid, humic acid, and humin. All these three depends on their solubility on the pH of water. Fulvic acid is weak, aliphatic and aromatic organic acids, which is soluble at all the pH of water, whereas humic acid is only soluble in alkaline pH. Soluble in alkaline pH of water, and humin is not soluble at any pH. It is insoluble at any pH. Here humic forms 80 to 90% of soil's organic matter, and the elements present in humic is basically hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and sulfur. Now let's discuss the soil profile. Soil profile or soil horizons are vertical segments formed by percolation of water and living organisms, or we can define it as soil horizons, or horizons are the segments which reflect the formation of soil. Segments which reflects the steps of formation of soil. Soil profile or soil horizon consists of the following segments. This is O horizon, A, E, B, C and R. These are the soil horizon which are designated as O, A, E, B, C and R, in which O segment is the uppermost segment which consists of litter and dead organic matter, whereas A horizon consists of weathered layer with accumulation of humus and microorganisms. Whereas when some content of a soil is washed away by heavy water, then it makes a E horizon. It is washed away content of soil due to heavy rainfall. E zone is called as zone of elevation. B horizon consists of accumulation of clay due to percolation of water, and all the content which was washed away from E horizon gets settled into B horizon. It also contains the washed away content of E horizon, hence it is called as zone of illuviation. Now the C zone consists of unconsolidated soil particles which forms A and B horizons, and R is the last horizon which consists of unconsolidated rocks. This is the complete profile or the soil horizon. This is all about the complete soil profile and soil horizon. And that's all for this lecture. In the next lecture, we will discuss it further. Thank you.